Hey, what up, YouTube? Welcome back to the Knicks Cave. I'm Jan, a Knicks fan, and let's get right into it. The Knicks in the playoffs. A lot of y'all didn't think we were going to make it, but that's exactly where we at, in the playoffs. Let's get into this right now, right quick. The Knicks hold their own destiny in their hands. You heard me. They hold their own destinies. We need to win out. We need to win our last two games and hope the ball bouncing our way with Miami losing one, hopefully two, and Atlanta Hawks losing one game. It don't make a difference if they win or lose. The Knicks just have to win out because I think we swept the Atlanta Hawks this year. If not, we own the tiebreaker to be exact. So if we was to win out, they was to win their last game, Miami lose a game, the Knicks would take that fourth seed and we would play the Atlanta Hawks in the playoffs. But I'm not worried, you know what I'm saying? You have people like Charles Barkley, Shaquille O'Neal, a whole lot of other sports announcers, so-called sports experts talking about the Knicks don't want the Nets or Milwaukee Bucks in the first round. And if the Knicks was to fall in the first round, that the season was a wash. And I don't understand how our season would be a wash if we was to get knocked out in the first round. I'm going to tell you why. First of all, nobody had us going to the playoffs. So if we get knocked out in the first round, how is it a wash? That's all I'm going to say. If anything, if the Brooklyn Nets get knocked out even in the second round or even the third round, that's what you call a wash. They built a super team over there, and everybody thinking that they're going to win the championship. You know, they still forgetting about LeBron James, Anthony Davis, and the other guys over there, Steph Curry, the West. They just cold wrote the West off and basically handed the championships to the Nets early in the season. And some announcers or sportscasters are still handing the season right over to the Brooklyn Nets. I beg to differ. I don't think the Nets gonna. I'm not saying the Knicks will beat them, but I don't think the Nets are gonna get out the second round. Let's get back to the Knicks. The Knicks has surprised a lot of people so far, and I think they're going to continue to surprise a lot of people. I think we're going to get out the first round. I think we're going to have a hard-fought second round. I'm not too sure, depending on who we play, that we're going to win. But in my heart, I'm hoping we go all the way to the Eastern Conference Championship. Win or lose, just getting there will be a success for this team. Matter of fact, we succeeded already by making the playoffs. But just getting to the playoffs and getting to the Eastern Conference final with the scrappy guys we have, we really show the world and everybody else that's doubted the Knicks, we back, baby. All right, I'm hitting you with some stats because Alec Burks came back and he had a hell of a night. Derrick Rose out, you know what I'm saying? He had a little ankle sprain. I don't really know how serious it is. They didn't divulge into it, but we probably get that information today, later on, or tomorrow. And who knows, Tibbs probably just want to hold them out, give the other guys a little chance to play, like Quickly and Burks, because they just came back, especially we locked into the playoffs. No, we can't fall no lower than the 6th seed. He probably want to rest Rose because Rose has been on a tear lately. You know what I'm saying? Nobody cannot doubt what Rose been doing in the last 8, 9, 10 games, averaging damn near 18 points and averaging more than his usual minutes. Coming out some games, damn near averaging 30 minutes a game. Yo, nobody expect that from Rose. I didn't expect it from Rose, and I'm happy. And Derrick Rose, good trade. So like I said, he's probably resting him. He want to quickly get back into shape. As you seen, quickly he was missing. You know what I'm saying? He didn't reach double digits. He missed a lot of his shots, and he made a lot of bad decisions. He was forcing it. But Alec Burks came out. Man, we was missing him. He missed the last 11 or 13 games. But when he came out here, he scored 14 points in the second quarter. Not to mention Randall. It was a sloppy first quarter, but Randall dropped in 14 points in the first quarter. Kept us moving. But when Burks came out, he started off a little sluggish, like I'm saying, but then he just caught on fire like a match. Somebody just struck his ass and he just went crazy on these boys. He had 30 points, 10 rebounds, 2 assists. He shot 11 from 20 from the field. Also going 50% from downtown, hitting 5 threes. He had 3 for 3 from the free throw line, 1 block, no steals, and 2 turnovers, and he played 34 minutes. That's why he came right back into the game. almost better than when he left off. You know what I'm saying? It just kind of reminds me of how he played in the beginning of the season before he got hurt. Randall, he chipped in 25 points, 9 rebounds, 9 assists. He shot 7 from 20 from the field, only hitting 1 3-pointer on 5 attempts. He also made 10 free throws, no blocks, 1 steal, and his usual 3 turnovers. Well, not usual, because he probably it varies from 3 to 5, but he had 3 turnovers and he played 45 minutes. Barrett, you know, he kind of disappeared in that Laker game, but he made up for it in the Spurs game. Like in the first quarter, he was driving, missing, but I like his attitude. He don't give up, got a shot block or whatever, you know what I'm saying? He just kept driving, but the penetration started leaving the other players open, and he just started dishing them off, and everybody started scoring. But he chipped in 24 points. He had 9 rebounds, also 5 assists. He shot 8 from 19 from the field, going 5 from 9 from down, 5 from 9 from downtown. Also adding 2 free throws, no blocks, one steal, 2 turnovers, and he played 41 minutes. Yo, Barrett and Randall is our future. I don't know what they're gonna do with, you know, Burks. I know he got I think a year left on his contract. I think so do Bullock. Should have checked into that before I started talking about that. But anyway, I'm gonna see if they keep this little squad together. Everybody know Frank has been doing a little better the last 2-3 games, but everybody know he's gone. Knox is gone. We know that. So we're gonna see what we add in the draft and what we add in the free agency. People are saying that the way the Knicks are playing, the young core they got, that superstars are really interested. So we'll see. We heard that same song before, so I'm not even gonna turn the radio up that loud. But Bullock, he didn't have a real good night, but it was efficient. He had 8 points. He shot 3 from 9 from the field, 2 from 8 from downtown. He had 3 assists, 4 rebounds. He didn't make it to the free throw line, no blocks, but he had 3 steals and 1 turnover, and he played 39 minutes. The Knicks is a scrappy team, and that's what people won't have to watch out when the playoffs come. They think the Knicks is just going to come into the playoffs and roll over? Nah. And the thing about it, when one man is off, next man step up. And that's what the Knicks been about all season, especially since Derrick Rose got on our team. And I think if Burks and Quickly was in the game with the Lakers, I think that would have been a victory. You know what I'm saying? I think that would have been a victory. But let's get over to San Antonio Spurs. DeRozan, he had 27 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists. He shot 10 from 18 from the field. He went 0 from downtown, adding 7 free throws, no blocks, 1 steal, and 3 turnovers, and he played 38 minutes. He had help from Murray. Murray chipped in 14 points, also grabbing 9 rebounds, dishing out 7 assists. He went 7 for 18 from the field. He went 0 from 1 from the free throw line, 0 from 1 from downtown. He had 1 block, 1 steal, and no turnovers, and he played 35 minutes. Johnson, 13 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 5 from 11 from the field. He went 2 for 4 from downtown, 1 for 1 from the free throw line. He had no blocks, 1 steal, 2 turnovers, and he played 31 minutes. Lonnie Walker Jr., I like him. I really did want to. Every time I get on here, I always talk about a player that I wanted the Knicks to draft. But you know how it would be when it comes around draft time. You start scouting players and you're looking at on video and film, checking out players, and you can imagine that player on your team. And I always imagine Lonnie Walker on the Knicks. You know what I'm saying? He's very athletic. He has an explosive game. He just got to get his jump shot down pat. But he's a very intriguing and interesting player that I don't know, that I can see if he was to come on his team, because he played good defense, Tibbs could find a role for him. Well, he had 12 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. He shot 5 from 30 from the field, also adding 2 3-pointers from downtown on 6 attempts. And he had 0 free throws, 0 blocks, 0 steals, and 0 turnovers, and he played 29 minutes. Like I said, the game was sloppy early on, and throughout it was, turnovers and defense and technical fouls called. It was a game. You know what I'm saying? It had that playoff feeling, to be honest with you. The Knicks had shot 41% from the field, going 40% from downtown as a team. They shot 100% from the free throw line. They had 10 turnovers, 23 assists, and 8 blocks and 7 steals. The Spurs went 42% from the field, 29% from downtown. They 89% from the free throw line. They had 9 turnovers, 22 assists, 6 blocks, and 4 steals. Like I said, it was a real interesting game. You really didn't know which way it was going to go. But like I keep telling people, this ain't the same old Knicks. You know what I'm saying? They have a way of pulling certain games out, especially if it's a team that's mediocre. And they don't have one of them bona fide superstars that's going to get a basket and wink the call from the referee. You know, that Laker game was bullshit. And I hope you're watching Otis Jackson, because you know that was some bullshit. Straight up bullshit. Let me get my composure and let me get back to the game. Yeah. Like I said, it was an interesting game, and I thought San Antonio was going to try to do something, because they did have the lead, like a 17-point lead, but then the Knicks went on a 15-2 run in the third quarter, cutting the lead down to the fourth. 4 points, and once we got in the fourth quarter, y'all know what happened. Y'all saw the game. Well, if you didn't, it came out with a win. But you know, like I said, I wanted to take these 2 games out, and if we don't, I'm just glad that we're in the playoffs. And once we get in there, anything can happen. And I think a lot of teams, whoever we come up against, I think they should be worried. Yeah, I really do. And if y'all want to take some bets, y'all can leave that bets down in the comment section. I don't care. If 1,000 of y'all bet, I'm only gonna bet y'all $1 if it's 1,000. But but anyway, you know, so like I always say, I want y'all to stay safe, stay healthy, stay blessed. I mean, God bless and peace.